George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, here's somebody we feel good about, Mary Nelson. She is the president, CEO, founder of the Mary Nelson Youth Center in Syracuse. But, Mary Nelson's brand is known nationally, right? And so every year she gives away lots of stuff at her Youth Day barbecue. By the time you hear this or see this, it probably already happened. It did already happen because it was yesterday, but today is Sunday. So you're here. This is the, what do you call this? This is the afterglow. So, but if you were there yesterday, Mary, by the way, so good to see you as always. What would they have experienced?
This year, it's going to be something you would talk about for years to come.
Really?
Years to come. And it amazes me from when we began 22 years ago to where we now, we don't put not just a backpack, it's everything. From everything a family would need and resources to keep their family together. And our community is coming together, providing these resources. We talk about poverty. Poverty, yes, we need money, but poverty is not about having money. It's providing these resources. Making sure the family have what they need.
Yeah, Vicki Bracken says poverty is without resources, right? Mm-hmm. So we're trying to move people out of poverty by giving them resources.
Giving them resources. For example, my youth center, we have kids come there. We do all these great things with these kids, but they go home to the same thing they left.
Mm-hmm.
Did everything all day long, these kids.
Like what? So for example, like what? What do you do at the youth center? What do you do at the youth center?
We do everything. We provide the food pantry. We provide computer programming. We got one guy now doing photography. We have a great after-school teacher, Mrs. Mara. She comes in every Monday to Thursdays during the school year, and she's come from a whole district outside the Syracuse City School District teaching our kids. And it amazes me one day, I can never forget about this. During the time, she had them watching the movie Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking through, but I stopped. And she was asking asking the students, the kids who came after school, tell me about Emmett Till. I know what I read, but I want you to tell me your take on Emmett Till. When I heard those kids talking, I like, wow, we have some future presidents right here in this room here. They was talking things that I never thought in a million years that I didn't know. So just to hear this and to see it and see so much potential in that room, the center has a lot because during the daytime while the kids are in school, we're taking care of the parents. The parents are coming through for different things they may need. So I feel a family is always say you bring your family together and you take care of your family come first. That's what the Mary Nelson Center is all about, is bringing families together. Not just my families, my community. Because I don't went far and beyond not even backpacks anymore, George. I do household items. A lot of families need household items. A lot of families are facing eviction. Families are facing their national grid being turned off. I can't help them financially, but I have a resource that can help them. Mm-hmm. I can do a referral. So things like that, helping families, this is all about. Now the annual backpack giveaway, it came from not just giving a backpack. We bring all these educational pieces, educational, health, career, service, violence intervention, financial literacy, and mentorship. If you got all those components, you got everybody out there bringing that service, that's a resource. And you educating the families what's out there for them. So that's what we do. And it has been, I see the sponsorship on my website. It's like people coming up the woodwork, and it's beautiful just to see it, and I'm in awe. I'm very in awe about everything that's happening.
So what did you give away to people yesterday at the Youth Day, Mary Nelson Youth Day barbecue? Aside from some good food, right? Aside from the good food, and aside from the backpacks, right? But you fill the backpacks. What else did you give away?
Well, what we do now, George, and I love about my church is a great partner with me now. Where we have the kids pick out their own backpacks. This year I'm doing something a little different. I don't have that many cell phones, but I got a nice amount. I'm gonna be dropping cell phones in their bags. I regularly take this. Okay, let me explain this to you. I have a partnership with Amazon, and I love this new partnership I got. Amazon gave me a slew of cell phones, brand new cell phones, Galaxy A03s.
Okay.
And I found out that I want to find out compatible, can they be turned on? I know some phone service cannot do active service with them, but you think about, we have 5G now, we have 2G and Wi-Fi calling, or they could do quickly get on the internet, call for help, 911. These phones are capable of doing that. Amazon gave me some fire tablets. So we're dropping different things in the backpack. So when that child pick out their backpack, in that backpack, they may have a phone.
So this is it's kind of like I don't really call it, but it's not the same. But it reminds me of Deal or No Deal. You don't know what. So if you pick the green backpack, that might have the Amazon tablet. If you pick the blue one, it might have the Amazon. I'm sorry, it might have the Galaxy phone. If you pick the yellow, so basically they don't know what's in the backpack, other the basic stuff, but they don't know if they're gonna have a tablet or a phone. It depends on what they pick.
And see, they won't know none of this because remember you just said the show gonna tape the next day?
Yes. So by the time they hear this, they didn't know this.
They didn't know it. No, they didn't know it. But another thing too, I love this piece about this too. I had the partnership with Amazon. I've been doing the mystery box giveaways all across. I'm going about time this air here. I did Manlius on the 6th. And it was a big hit. It was a big hit. And man, people said, well, how do people in Manlius want an Amazon box? It's people like out there need resources too. In these Amazon boxes, they're mystery boxes. You don't know what's in these boxes.
Do you know what's in the boxes?
No, I don't. I have a warehouse now, 2,900 square foot was donated to me. But listen to this. Now, how we help the children? When the parent would go to the Amazon to get their Amazon mystery box, we're going to also help the parents. Because in that box, it could be most anything. I mean, it could be pot set, it could be clothing, it could be anything. So we don't know. And I won't know till the day after. All the smiles, all the faces. I know what I have been seeing me doing the Amazon and people doing the Amazon boxes, how to it's like everybody is up in the air with it. They love it. They're going crazy about it. So it's going to be very amazing to see that happening. It's going to be very amazing to see that 18-wheeler pull up with all those groceries. It's going to be very amazing to see that upstate mammography van there. It's going to be very amazing to see the ultrasound truck. And then McMahon Ryan is bringing a Peace in the Street truck. And then the county is bringing a lead truck out. So every resource is going to be out there in our community. Then we're going to have all that good food, all the bands, all the R&B bands, all the gospel bands. We're going to really minister. You know how God did his best work? When he took his ministry to the streets. That's what we're going to say. His ministry is going to be in the streets.
Talking with Mary Nelson, the Youth Day barbecue was yesterday, and we're talking about what you may have missed, but really just when I think about what you said about why all of these things are happening, why do you think people are coming to you as a resource to do good in our community?
You know what? Sometimes I miss that part. Because by the time this air, something happened to me today that I want to share with you and everybody who's listening. When you're doing God's work, you don't know who is touching. This lady walked up to me at my center and she's like, Miss Mary, can I give you a hug? I feel you need this hug. And I'm saying, all right, I'm not feeling bad. I'm not sick. She said, no, I need to give this hug to you. And I said, okay. And I hugged her. She said, you don't know how many lives you have touched. You have touched my life. And when I hear some things people say, I know you hear it too. But I need to let you know there's more people praying for you than people that's not praying for you.
Mm-hmm.
We love you in our community because I don't even think that you know. You don't put food on a lot of tables. We didn't have no food. You don't give a lot of diapers. You know where the door we're gonna get a pack of diapers from. You don't give a lot of pots and pan sets that we know a pots and pans gonna come from. My children, because of you, have a choice what they have to eat, not what have to pull together to bring a meal. I can come to you and get me a full course meal. You provide everything that a meal be completed for my family. Because George, I give them meat, I give them dry goods, I give them dairy products, I give them produce. I make sure they have. And when I can't give it to the center, George, I have 3 big containers in my yard. I pick up from 6 Walmarts and Amazon every 2 weeks. In those containers, George, everything you need for your house. So you're facing eviction and you're going to get back or transit to your new house, you can come to me and say, Mary, you know what? I don't have no kitchen utensils. I don't have no sheets. I don't have no curtains. I don't have a dining room set. I don't have a living room set. My containers have it. I could take care of families.
So how did you feel when that woman said that to you? How did you feel?
I felt gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I felt that because I never wanted any payback. I always want to see one day God will allow me to see what I've been putting out. Because you put out good, you get good back. And that's all I've been constantly putting out. And when that happened to me today, it's just something took my heart. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying to you, is that you have that achy feeling in your heart. It's a good achy feeling. And like my heart felt so good. And I felt like, wow, I truly made a difference. I always wanted to see this and I always wanted to hear it, but I never knew it was going to come like that.
Do you feel like you're just doing that you never take the time to think about the good it is doing?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think about it all the time, surrounding myself. I get very emotional when I talk about this. I have lost so much. Since I started the back to school barbecue in 2002, it started off a tragedy. And I really thought in my heart, keeping kids in school, they're going to turn to the violence. They will put the guns down. They won't do this no more. And this all will happen. 12 years later, I lost my brother to the same type of gun violence. And for my brother to say to me after we buried my mom, he said, Sissy, I'm going to be next. And I told him to be quiet. We can't talk like that. For me to lose my brother Christmas Eve, where a family should be getting together to celebrate the next day with God's birth and all that stuff like that. And here I go again, losing my brother. In 2017, I lost my baby sister. And let me tell you something, George, I want to give up. You know what, God, you tell me, and I'm on the right path. I'm helping, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, you just keep taking from me. Because I just keep losing everything that I love so hard. I love so hard. And I'm trying to do everything that you want me to do. I'm helping people, but you just keep taking from me. And I tell you, when you have that faith the size of a mustard seed, there's something said to me, George, you're not done yet. Not finished with you yet. And I looked around my room. I was praying so hard. I looked around. Like, who in here with me? There was the spirit of him telling me, I'm not done. You must go on and you will be all right. It took me to hear that. For you in that room, that closet, and you praying to your father, and you know you can talk to him, and ain't nobody else listening, and they can't tell your business. You tell all your business to him, and he answered me. So when this happened to me, today of this taping, when this happened to me, George,
when the lady came up to you and gave you the hug
that young lady
and tell you
hugged
that you
me,
need, yes.
when she hugged me, it was God's angel.
Mm.
That's what I'm getting at with you. You never know how he's going to come. He's going to minister his word to you. Today he did. He let me know we do appreciate you. You think we don't? We appreciate you. I want you to know there's more people praying for you than people that's not. And that's a message to anybody who's hearing this today. You're not alone. You're never alone. You put your faith in him, and I do. You don't think I worry? I worry that I won't be able to make this event goes off and I have everything I need. I ask God, it's your will. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna walk on your faith, and that's where I'm at. And I walked. And that event yesterday was beautiful. It was beautiful. You just go on my website and see those sponsors. You would say, wow, Mary Nelson.
And I remember back in the day, Mary, you used to say, and I don't know if how you do this now, but earlier back in the day when you first started doing this, you remember that? We said, bring you on. And you said, I don't want any money. I want you to donate the backpack. And I don't know how you do it now, but you would always say, no, you don't have to give me it. Just provide this for the people. Just provide that for the people. I remember that back in the day.
And you know what? It still applies. Still applies. It still applies. Cause like I would tell them, I need this right here taken care of. Sometimes, but you got to take care. When you feed that many people, you have to have the health department with you.
Right.
You gotta make sure that you have everything you need. So one would ask me, what's the bill for that? I said, there you go.
Right.
What's the bill for this? There you go. You don't have to give me nothing. There you go right there. If you don't want to go shopping, if you want to go ahead and order all those backpacks from Walmart's, order them and I go pick them up. So it's a good thing. Yes, I have a donate button on my website.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I have a donate button on my website, but you have to understand too, I have a center that runs 365 days a year. I have National Grid, I have water bills, I can keep food in there and stuff. That helps towards the operational for the center.
And I hear you on that. And I know that at that time you didn't have the center when you first started. You didn't have the center.
And you didn't have my voice either.
No.
I ran from you every chance I got.
Yes, you did.
I had everybody talk for me. And then finally one day you told me, try it.
I did. I was like, Mary, we need to hear from you. We need to hear from you.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was talking. And I said, no, we need to. And you ain't stopped talking since.
Not since. But you know what? I want to share some with you because after the event, I'm getting a beautiful award. And I see this award that people before me, I am so honored to walk in their footsteps, the wisdom keepers.
Oh, that's right. From Focus Greater Syracuse.
Yeah, that's an honor. I'm like, are you sure that you want me? They said, we want you. That's an honor. And now even more so, I don't know if you know a magazine called Passion Vista. It's in India.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first got the phone call and the email, I thought it was a spam. And I didn't want to answer, you don't want to answer those kind of calls because they be trying to get your information.
Right.
It wasn't a spam. They want to do The magazine comes out this month, I think, or end of this month, the 1st of September. I am a global change maker. And this magazine is all over the world, Australia, Europe, Ghana, all parts of Africa, India, you name it. It's called Passion Vista Magazine, and I'm one of their global change makers. One day for 2023. And
Global.
You know what, George? This gonna blow your mind. This is gonna blow your mind, George. 2021, I'm walking another icon footstep. Oprah Winfrey was their cover magazine story.
And here's Mary Nelson, followed behind Oprah.
2023.
Wow. And you will be honored on October the 24th with Stan Lindhorst.
I love him.
And so Stan Lindhorst, of course, long time with the Syracuse.com, does a column as well, talking to leaders in the community. And wow, this is good. So a couple of things. Your generosity, your blessings has led to so many people turning around and blessing you. Of course, Oprah. Did I ever tell you about that Oprah moment, like the opportunity? I don't know if I shared with you. So Mary invited me along with some other folk to cover Oprah's visit back in 2003. Oh, was it 14? No, 14. 14. Okay. So she visited, and I was total fanboy, right? But I had to act professional journalist, like.
You're so bad.
I had to act. I was so bad. I was like, this was my moment. I've always wanted to meet her and sit down and do an interview with her, right? And so here I am, and I'm like, because my mother, bless her heart, always says, she says, I'm going to write Oprah, and I want you and her to sit down and talk, whatever. And so here I am with Oprah, but now I have to like share her with all these other people, and not and Mary and total not fanboy. But you know something? So it's gonna happen one day before this is all over. But funny thing is, I was at the Beyonce concert not a couple back weeks, whenever it was, and she was there at the concert that I went to, believe it or not. But I wasn't. We weren't in the same. She was hanging out with Gail and Tina Knowles, and so we didn't get a chance to hang out. But make a long story short, people like Oprah's reached out. Regis and Kelly.
Kelly.
And then is it HGTV that came in?
Yes.
And did a makeover of your house. And did they do the center as well, or just the house?
They did the complete center.
The whole center. The whole center, and then they do your house too.
They did my kitchen and my the kids' bedrooms and my dining.
Right. So this is national. You were on. You can find the show. We should put the link in this video where you can see Mary Nelson's story on HGTV. But all of these blessings coming your way, and when you think about that, you just a little country girl from the where you from?
Belgrade, Florida.
Well, I was going to say Florida. And here you are today in Syracuse, New York, making a difference in the community, touching lives, and really helping people. And it started from youth violence. And so today, when you think about what's going on, Mary, in our community, and it seems like even though we have resources like Mary Nelson Youth Center and all the other resources, how do we not give up the faith when the fight seems like it feels like we're losing? How do we not give up the faith? And what else can we do from your perspective that we ain't doing right now that can end, not reduce, but end this violence in our community?
George, and I'm not without me saying his name, good example with Julie Boeheim, that young boy. Mm-hmm. I am still very much involved in his life.
Right. So we got to tell a story. So
go ahead.
We're going to tell a story. So Julie Boeheim was robbed at at the mall, and that's what happened. And the young man was underage, right? He was like 14 or something like that. And what happens next, Mary?
What happened next? Somehow, I'm not sure how it happened, how I got involved. I get a phone call telling me, we want you on this case. We want you to be an advocate. And the father at the court appearance with Judge Cecil, he walked down to my center and I was not there. He left a note saying, I got to talk to Mary before my next court appearance. And we finally connected. And by that time, I think it was like COVID. It was still like they wasn't seeing people in chambers. They were like doing over the teleprompters and stuff like that. So we had a court appearance and the judge had every other people in play who's going to be a part of this little boy transition coming back home, from where he was located at. And I remember on the teleprompter, I'm looking and I see a kid. I didn't see a kid who did wrong. I saw a kid. Mm-hmm. I saw a baby. I saw a child that all he needed was somebody to say, I care about you. Mm-hmm. And I remember me saying these words to him. I said, my name is Mary Nelson, and I'm going to be your advocate, and I want to be a part of your life. And I love you. He had his head all down. When I said, I love you, he lifted his head up. You could see his head lift up. And I like, wow, he do. And I remember what Julie said to me. He had the most beautiful teeth in his mouth. The prettiest, and the smile he had. And that lady said to me, I would do it all over again, Mary. I'd probably be in the same situation again, trying to help this little boy.
So
but what the smile he had on his face.
So you said we have to do more things like what she did. So what did she
show
do?
Love.
Okay.
And people don't notice about her. They need to know this. Even though she went through that trauma, she's still trying to make sure this little boy is good. I'm still in his life. He still come and see me. He comes to my house. He spends time at my house. I'm showing him love.
And has he reflected and atoned?
No. It's just like, and something, I went to another, this is something, I'm going to throw this up a little bit, where I heard this in church just last Thursday. What I heard in church, the young boy who died in his sleep, right? Pastor Draper invited people who want to come to the altar and give their life to Christ. And just, I still remember this has really hit me so hard, because every youth in that church, George, came to the altar. Mm-hmm. Pastor prayed with them. He prayed with them. Notice that right then and there. And some of you said just now, you said, did he atone? No, he has not got to where I want him to be. Something Pastor said, because all these children up here right now do not mean they're going to change overnight. They're going to take time. You got to keep nurturing. You got to keep watering that plant. You can't let that plant die. You got to make sure water is nurtured and everything else. So just like we nurture those plants and make those plants grow in our gardens and our flowers and beautiful like that, that's what we need to do with our children. We're to keep nurturing them and let them know that you may not go to college and you may not go to trade school, but you still are somebody.
And I like how you kept it real, because it would have been nice for you to say, yeah, he's turned. You said he work in progress. And so what I'm hearing you say then is our youth are a work in progress and we can't give up on them. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yes. That's
what I'm hearing you say. And not that we have given up on them, but they need a lot more of us to show them love. Nurturing, even when they're not doing what we think they should be doing. Right?
That's true. That's true, George.
Yeah.
And they're not even as adults.
Right.
We're not perfect.
Right.
We do things that we shouldn't do. We go to church some Sundays and we're in church all day on Sunday. You partying that night.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is, when somebody saves your life and prevents something it could have gone left. She could have pressed charges. She could have done a lot of things and would have been, you know what I mean? She would have been in her right, but she didn't do that. And so
No.
does he appreciate that? And you say he don't, not yet. So I guess that's the point.
But you know what we said a few minutes ago?
Yes.
When I said to you, when we first start interviewing, I said to you that, so what I said to you, you hear what I'm saying to you? You can't do all these things with these kids, right? You have to reach deep into the root of the problem, the foundation of that home where that child come from. You have to work with that family, because if you work with that child and do all these good things for this child, and he go back to that same environment,
right.
What did he got?
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm doing all these good things. Now what I'm doing is working within that family. I'm in that family now.
Are you all up in it now?
Oh, I'm all up in the family. I go to the house. I take food. I knock on that door. They say, "Oh, hey, Miss Mary." I say, "Hey, I'm just saying hello to you. How things going over here?" And I just don't take him and try to help him. He got other siblings there.
Yeah.
He got other parental guardians there and people that hang around there. I talk to them all. I don't look past them.
So as we wrap talking with Mary Nelson Youth Day Barbecue, it was yesterday, and it was lots of fun. But here's the thing, Mary, at the end of the day, I need a charge. So you said we got to show the community love. What does that look like practically, right? So what does that look like in real time? Like, what do you need the organizations? What do you need? What do you think isn't being done that should be done? Because everybody thinks they're doing it. And that doesn't mean that they're not trying to do it, but something is missing because the stuff's still happening. Stuff is still happening.
This is just my opinion. And
yes.
You keep it real.
I asked you for your opinion.
I keep it real. We're not unified.
Not
everybody
unified.
Everybody doing their own thing. If my child comes to your house and they see you doing one thing, they see me doing one thing, they don't see no unity there. Kids watch us. They watch our behavior. They watch things we do in our community. And one thing that we need to stop doing is stop biting.
Backbiting.
We need to work together. We need to work together because our kids are watching us. They're watching everything that we're doing. If they don't see us unified, how in the world are we going to help them?
So let me take it a step further. Let's go deep now. That unification means let's start with who gets the money, because that's really what it comes down to.
And that's what's happening.
Right. And so if I'm not getting the resource to do it, I'm not messing with you because I didn't get it and you got it. And so now we can't work together because I didn't get it and you get it. How do you overcome that?
But you know what, George? I'm telling you right now, Mary Nelson Youth Center, we don't get a dime.
You said
everything who's getting that money, we're doing the work and we're not getting paid for. Are we complaining? And we're still doing the work. I have a lot of women come to my center who has retired at my center every day. Every day. They're not even getting paid. They volunteering their time. The teacher who comes in and teaches our children from another school district, not the Syracuse City School District. She come from Janesville, DeWitt, leave that school and come there Monday to Thursday. Is she getting paid for it? No. So we need to stop and see. And that's the thing. It's just like, I'm not going to help you, George, because you're not going to pay me. I'm not going to come to your seminar and speak at your seminar because you ain't got no money to pay me. You don't have no money to pay me. And that shouldn't be. I think, and I could go deep on you, and I see no unity in our community. And that's real. From the churches to where we at now, we are. And this is something I saw about 3 weeks ago. I saw a movement here in Syracuse. It was a movement. The movement I saw, this young man died in the Brick City over there by Jimmy's store. Those people march. I don't think it was no 200 people. I think it was more than that. They believed in this man. Why can't we come in unification and do this for our community, not just for the kids, for all of us? You wouldn't go to Washington, D.C. for the Million Man March. Why can't we bring one here in Syracuse? Why can't we come together? Everybody was in an uproar when George Floyd died. We don't had a lot of George Floyds don't die. Well, we ain't marching like that. We're not coming together like that. So why are we going to help another community and we can't help one another right here?
Okay.
That's where I'm at. And I keep it real. I may get in trouble for my mouth, but I don't care. I'm not paid with these lips. These lips going to speak. My mother always told me, my mother challenged me and told me, George, so let me tell you something, girl. No matter where you speak at, you find somebody in that room and you speak directly to that person because you're speaking to their soul. And you always speak the truth because somebody going to be in that room who already know the truth and going to challenge you. So don't go in there talking stuff you don't know. You talk the truth and you be ready to take whatever's going to come afterwards. And that's who I am. Whatever they bring to me, I can handle, Mary Nelson.
Amen. That's Mary Nelson. She's running the Mary Nelson Youth Center. She's the CEO, president, chief cook, and bottle washer. And of course, the annual Youth Day barbecue was yesterday, August 12th, down on the corner of
August 19th.
August 19th. It's next week. It's not. Wait a minute.
No, it's next Saturday.
It's not this week.
No, it's next Saturday.
Guess what? We done spent a whole show talking about what happened, and we're gonna be on time.
We're gonna be on time. You know what? How that saying go, George? God is always on time. Not when you want him to be, but he's always on time.
I'm thinking this whole time it's the 12th. It's the 19th. It's this Saturday. We done spent a whole show talking about something that's going to happen next Saturday.
That's all right.
This Saturday.
Still got what's going to happen. They still got what's going to happen.
It's got it. We got it. So
yes.
Thank you, George. So Mary, we done let the secret out, so we'll see what happens with that too. We done see it. All right.
I may have a
so listen.
March.
So since it's next week, now that we done discovered that, since it's next week, what do you need people? Do you need people to do anything? What do they need to do? August 19th.
I need the manpower. I'm gonna need a lot of volunteers this year.
So if you can volunteer, show up on the 19th.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Volunteers here. McDonald's is bringing their big arch out. They're gonna be serving food. And of course, my family's coming all the way in from Florida.
All right.
They're helping me cook and prepare food. The grill starts 3:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful event. So I want everybody to come out and support.
All right.
Support our kids and families.
So Youth Day barbecue, August 19th.
You're so crazy.
Inspiration for the nation. All right, Mary.
Take care.